Yeah, it's been a long week since we arrived in Vegas. Every day there's been like media tours, press conference, open workouts. So, it's kind of a pain in the ass that is, because we've had a training camp that we stuck with everything the same. Training times, meal times, and these basically just even Spike. You got to do it. They're a big event, but it's not over yet either. By the way, we've got to do something else for the media later, and then tomorrow we've got to do photos at the weigh-in. So, you're getting paid well for it. But today was, it was kind of pretty civil, considering how Spike feels about David Lemieux. David Lemieux, as I said, I don't know the guy personally, I have nothing against him, don't want to know him. But he said some silly things, some personal things about Spike, and that was a little bit classless. So right now Spike is just going to go off, have some food, make way for tomorrow, and then fight. And then once the fight is over, we can actually sit back and relax and actually enjoy Vegas. People think Vegas the Mecca, but we just get ready for a fight in a ring. Could be anywhere in the world. Once the fight is over, then you can really appreciate the magnitude of it. So it's so far so good. I feel real good for this one. Really do.
We know how Spike likes to fight, what his strengths are. But in a fight like this, where it is personal and obviously against a big puncher, as a coach, how important is it that you sort of keep a lid on that, or do you not? Do you just go?
No, you got to keep a lid on it, because when Spike fought Chris Eubank Jr., it became very personal. He got very emotionally involved. First couple of rounds came out, he was throwing bombs. He was exerting a lot of energy, and then first couple of rounds, and it was good. That fight was good for Spike to realise that you can't do this. You're not going to sustain 12 rounds of fight this way, because when you get emotion involved, your breathing goes, you exert energy you don't need to exert, and you waste a lot of punches. This is Spike's 31st punch, or fight, sorry, punch. So, fighter, 10 fights, 12 fights, 15 fights, you would kind of worry about it. But at this level, I don't worry about it, because, Spike knows that we have a game plan. We just talk about each round as it comes, one round at a time. If the plan works, we stick with it. If it doesn't work, we change it. So it's like a game of chess, one round at a time. And if the plan goes our way, it won't go the distance.
He spoke quite openly about thinking about retiring after that Eubank fight, walking away from the sport altogether.
Yeah. You see, it wasn't being beaten by Chris Eubank Jr. I mean, he's been beat before by Billy Joe Saunders when he actually stepped up to a level, but there was a lot of personal issues going on in Spike's life at the time. The other thing was, it's the second time his eardrums went, so he thought after the fight there's a weakness here. What is the point of putting in camps if this is going to happen again every time I step up? So I said, well, you know what, let's fix the problem, let's not talk about retiring. So we got a specialist on board, and he did some work with Spike, and he sorted out whatever the problem was, and touch wood, we've never had an issue with it again. So at that time, even Spike fought Chris Eubank Jr., he thought he was living the life, but he wasn't. He wasn't living the life. So, with a loss like that, you can either do two things. You can retire, or you can regroup, change how you live, sacrifice the rest of your career, sacrifice part of your life, and do everything right, and let's see where it takes you. And here we are. So that loss to Chris Eubank Jr. at the time was probably one of the best things that could have happened to Spike.
Yeah.
And that was the reason I pulled Spike out of that fight early, because he was getting hit with shots. His balance was up, he was getting hit with shots. He wasn't hurt at that stage. There was a possibility where he could have got very hurt. His career might have been over, and from making that decision, I believe that's why we're here today.
He obviously employed you to do that, to look after his best interests and his coach as a fighter.
Well, he does.
What was the sort of atmosphere like in the hours after that and the days after that, when obviously he's a proud man, he wouldn't have wanted to get pulled out? How did that sort of go down?
Well, what happened was, after about 4 rounds, I was talking to him and I was asking him, I said, Spike, there's something wrong here. And he was like, he was looking through me. He wasn't hearing me. He was just looking at me. I said, Spike, something wrong here. I said, you got to go out there and do as I tell you to do. So Eubank throws a really good uppercut, serious uppercut. So I was saying, when he throws that shot, Spike, you got to, catch the shot, or lean out of it, but he was leaning into the shot every time. So because of the balance, everything was in reverse. In round 5, I said, Spike, you know, this is your last round. I'm not going to let go any further. He says, no, I'm all right. I'm okay. Round 6, same thing. No, let it go. I'm okay. And you know, and the one thing is, we have my brother Steve in the corner, who's 2-time world champion. He's got that experience of knowing there's something up. So for me to make a decision alone, to pull Spike out of such a big fight, a world title eliminator, to have someone like my brother Stephen who actually agreed with me. He says, you know what, something's up, let's pull him out, get back to the gym, we'll come back from this. Yeah. And that's the reason why Steve's going to be in the corner Saturday night.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Speaking of Steve, it was this week or last week, the anniversary, was it 23 years?
The 11th.
Yeah, the 11th, of course.
Yes.
Was it 23 years?
23 years since
which is
crazy,
yeah. Really.
Absolutely.
And there's been talk, you and Spike have both said, of going back there and doing a fight there if you can get a fight of that magnitude. Is that a big dream of yours and for Spike?
You know, you can talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. But how you make that happen is you become world champion. You become champion of the world. Then you've got, you know, the power to make that happen. Is there anybody going to come to Cork to fight Spike as a world champion?
Challenger.
And Spike challenger? No, because why would they? Vegas, Madison Square Garden. But when Spike wins the world title, he will defend in Cork, in Park Creek, because it's right across from his home.
Do you ever think about the journey that you've been, obviously you've got a lot of fighters, work with all sorts of fighters.
Yeah.
When it comes to Spike, it seems to have been a real journey for him, from where he came from, his whole background. As a coach, if he does go on to win that world title, what will that mean to you? Where will that sort of rank in terms of your achievements in the sport?
Yeah, like there was two big moments that stood out with me. Was when my brother Steve fought Chris Pyatt to become world champion. It was emotional because, you know, he's been through a lot. He's sacrificed a lot. It was emotional, but it was great. Oh, it was a good emotion. Then when I got Kevin McBride in the Tyson fight, and I know Kevin's been through in his life. He's had a lot of problems. But for Kevin to win that fight, Mike Tyson beat him. Oh my God, that was an emotional night too, because as a fighter, this is something I always wanted as a fighter. But you know, it didn't happen for me. But as a coach now, it's starting to happen. So it was emotional. We're like brothers. But with Spike, you know, it's 11 years in the making. From the very first fight he had with me, it was all happened by accident. A guy sent me a photograph of him. Was really interested in training him, and I was just, why not?
Just based on a photo?
Photograph. Oh my God. I'm gonna show you the photo one day. This guy looked like a nutcase. He was a junior middleweight, skinny. Oh, he had a pair of shorts, like they were like a pair of knickers on him, right? This is true. And the picture was taken in a bedroom with all clothes hanging around. You know, this is his profile picture. And I laughed. I said, you know what? I'm going to actually work with him. So his very first fight, I promoted the card. Like his pro debut, Mike Perez, you know, the Cuban.
Yeah, of course.
I promoted that, and it was a big card. So I didn't get to see Spike much that night because I was other fighters on the card. But he was knocking out. He knocked out a guy who had like 92 losses. He wasn't a great opponent, but he was stopped once in 92 fights. I think it was Joe Kazaki. Spike stopped this guy in his pro debut. So wow, he's got power. And then I says, you know what? We've got a show in Boston in 4 weeks' time. He's like, Boston, America. He goes, I says, yeah, okay. He never even thought. Spike told me he thought he was going to have one pro fight. Now he's in America. Then he's back in America again. And we basically just went one fight at a time. And, you know, it's been really hard, tough times. But, you know, we're like a little family. You know, I help him through all his bad times. I've been there for his good times. I've been around his family. And, oh my God, he's been through a really, really dark time in his life. But he came through it. And you know the old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. He's mentally strong. He hasn't always been mentally strong because he's had issues outside his life, you know, that has been carried into the ring. But now, Spike always makes this comment, the stars align. Basically what he's saying is his outside life is good, his family life is good, his training's good, his mental state is good, everything's working well for him. And, you know, Spike believes he can beat absolutely anybody, and he believed he could beat Triple G when we were offered that fight too. The only thing was, on my level as his manager, we couldn't accept it because the money just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. And it was in a very, very dangerous fight for nothing.
Well, it seems like it's been a frustrating year in that sense because of the Triple G thing, but also then the Danny Jacobs carry on where it looked like you might get the Jacobs fight.
No, that wasn't frustrating. That was great. I mean, to be mentioned with these guys, I mean, fair play. Eddie Hearn has a lot to do with where we're at right now, because when Spike beat Anton Douglas in Canada, and we were the away fighter, by the way, we weren't the home fighter. Spike beat Anton Douglas. Next thing we get offered to fight Danny Jacobs from Eddie Hearn. Then it kicked it off because we wanted that fight with Danny Jacobs. So all of a sudden, Golden Boy goes, hold on a minute, we promote you. We'll get you a bigger fight. We'll give you a bigger deal, which they did. Then when the Triple G fight was coming and the money wasn't good, they said, no. Why would Spike take a short notice fight with big money? We're going to take care of him. So all of a sudden, a new deal, it just kept changing. So really being offered the Daniel Jacobs fight has put him to where he is right now today. And financially will be set up when he beats David Lemieux.
And just finally, before I let you go, I wanted to ask you about Jason Quigley, who's obviously another Irish middleweight, and there's sort of talks and whatever else, a Golden Boy guy. How likely do you think that fight may be down the line? Do you ever see that happening, or will they miss each other?
You know what? It may happen, it may not happen. I mean, realistically, the path is set out for Spike. Basically, Spike beats David Lemieux. He fights him in a Canelo Triple J. He beats him in a Triple J Canelo. There's a rematch clause. Spike's had 31 fights already. Listen, does Spike come into the stage in that career when he's making that big money, want to risk fighting a younger man, a fresher man? You know,
it's hard, right?
we'll make that decision. Spike would fight him. I don't want to see that fight happen because I know Jason. I like Jason too. And Jason Quigley's coming good. He's with a new trainer. He's changed his style a little. He's adding to his style. Dominic Ingram, I'd say, is a very good trainer. He's in a good camp. He's sparring pictures. I would rather be at ringside with Spike watching Jason Quigley win a world title.
But it would be a good one for Parky Queeve, though, wouldn't it? Quigley Spike.
So what is it really? Is it a
or maybe
weak issue,
not.
or is it a Brandon Cook issue?
You know what?
It's a Brandon Cook issue.
I tell you what would be a good one. It would be Chris Eubank Jr. and Spike in a rematch.
Okay. Of course,
because I know for a fact Spike wants to win 2 world titles at 2 weights, and you know they can make that fight a 168 super middleweight for a belt. Spike and Chris Eubank Jr. because there's a lot of unfinished business there.
He's looked spectacular.
It's not as personal anymore, you know. Spike always tells me there's a lot of stuff on Twitter to go as far as into fighting, but he's not personal against him. But I just think for the fans, Spike Chris Eubank Jr. You know, is kind of retirement at Parker Queeve. You know, my brother Steve fought his dad, and Spike was there as an 11-year-old kid watching, and you know, fast forward, we're here now on Spike's training. My brother Steve is going to be in the corner, and it's just, you know, it's crazy how karma works. But it's.
He hasn't got his Mankini, has he, on him?
No, that was just to try and get a fight with Andy Gogo.
Yeah.
You know, Spike told me, he said, you know what, Andy Gogo, I'm sure is a real nice guy. He said, and here's a funny scenario. So there's a show in Ireland there. Strictly Come Dancing now was in Ireland too, and he wants Spike on at Christmas time. And Spike was always
the one just gone?
No, next Christmas.
Oh, really? I got an offer for that?
He's going to be off for that, yeah. So what's happened is Spike was always taking the piss out of Andy Gogo for Strictly Come Dancing. But you know, it was a way to get to him, to get that fight, get the money fight. For Spike, like I said, when he does Strictly Come Dancing, maybe him and Andy Gogo could have a dance off for charity or something, you know, just to show there's no bad blood, no hard feelings, and then go for a pint after, because he's, you know, you heard him speak today of how Lemieux spoke personally in a very derogatory way about him and other fighters. Spike's not like that. Spike just, you know, he wants to be a friend and he wants to beat you up to make a living for his family, but after that, he'll give you the shirt off his back.